You're still watching Ways. Now, the human body is remarkably easy to damage and break, no more so than when participating in strenuous physical activities such as sporting or athletic activities. Now, physical therapists work to undergo damage or undo rather damage, educate on healthy behavior, and to restore lost or damaged functionality. Now, Physical Therapy Day then is dedicated to these professionals throughout the world and aims to recognize their commitment to keeping us all fighting fit. So cheers to all the physical therapists in the world.
Now we know how the world would be without individuals like this. When someone has a stroke, when someone has an accident, when someone has some sort of deformity, it's the physical therapist that actually brings them back to life through different types of exercises or procedures, you know. So I think they should be applauded. They should have a day where they're actually giving that cognizance.
You know, so when you hear athletes like Serena Williams saying that they are pulling out of the games, or because we're having, you cannot relate until you have put yourself in that space where you rigorously push your body, stretching. Have you tried to play tennis to say you want to stretch all the jumping that they do? So there are some ligaments, there are some whatever that will just snap. So without a therapist, these people can't even, they can't survive, they can't function. Boxers, wrestlers, name any sports. Athletes in general, most of the people in the sporting world. So this is a very, very important day to observe.
Why this actually resonates so much with me is because of the fact that my dad, after he had his stroke, had to get the services of a
physiotherapist.
A physiotherapist. So, you know, we didn't even know that there was a profession like that until he had his stroke, and that actually drew our attention to it. They should be actually applauded.
Absolutely.
To be candid.
Yeah, you want to say something else?
I mean, I'm not a sports person, neither can I relate in that degree, but messieurs, they under these people.
You just like left.
I can't celebrate them.
No, those ones are different.
They're not under
those are
I feel like they should be like a part of.
No,
that's different.
It's completely different.
Completely?
Yes. What the jobs they do.
That's the physical therapy.
It's okay.
Elsie, you're hopeless.
I'm telling you, she is hopeless. Okay, so let me come to you, Izzy. What did you find for us in the news today?
Okay. There's a certain reality TV show that would, you know, have my head for this, but, you know, it still comes back to moral values and, you know, what we believe in. So this actually caught my attention that says lack of moral education responsible for the decadence in societal values, says an NGO. And this was spoken by the founder and president of a non-governmental agency called Moral Values and Ethics Support Foundation, which the acronym goes for MOVES, MOVES. Okay. Yes. And she says that lack of moral education is responsible for the moral decadence in the society. And this was in Abuja. She was also confirming the fact that do we need to state that moral values should be in schools? That's what she was harping on, having moral values in schools. I am of the opinion that moral values should start at home, because what happens when the teacher does his or her own part and guides the child, and the child goes back home to a dysfunctional family, or the child goes back to an environment that is hostile. We saw a video of a parent who actually had sexual relationship with the daughter. So what is the moral justification for that? There is no moral education in the school that will aid.
There's a subject called moral education, right?
Yes, okay. But that is supposed to be under civic education. Everything is
they've merged.
Yes,
it's all merged.
I think now? Yes, I think so. Civic education and what's it called? CRK. One of them I can't really recall.
I think they call it RVN now. Or something.
There's
a funny name they call it now.
It's all muddled up. But the key thing
someone will remind me.
Yeah, the key thing is this: that we have to understand that it's not about the schools, it's about the
From the
homes.
home, yeah.
The home is where the child actually has the base. That's where they actually have interaction with people that they really love. The school is a formal environment where they
No, but
get to know
I
different
think it's
things.
good for it to be collective, is if you ask me.
I agree,
Yeah.
but they should lay emphasis
both the community-
on the home front,
Yeah, I understand. The
not
community,
just the school.
the religious bodies, because you can't, where we are now, we are all, there's just a thin line across all these borders. It's
Yeah.
all muddled up.
Exactly.
So there are religious bodies, there are, what's it called, communities, there are the responsibility of the home, you know, the home front, and the schools.
society
so everything
in general
should tie up, you know, to push for moral education,
Yeah.
if you ask me.
Yeah.
So which reality show were you talking about when you started?
Yeah.
What
Auntie,
concern the reality show?
please.
The moral values in that reality show is not to be played with.
Moral values is
There was no
relative.
moral.
I hope you know that, especially at that level when adults are involved.
Yes, yes,
But
I
let's not dwell on
agree.
it, so
But
that
But what I
we'll
want
not take out
to
the ocean.
even that reality TV show is a choice. I don't watch it.
I do.
So where I'm coming to.
So where's your moral? Why are you watching it?
My moral values is the fact that how do I see that kind of person who is supposed to be engaged to someone or tied to someone
Are
doing
you
something
bringing that story
But
really?
you're still watching it now
No, I haven't watched it since the past 1 week, to be candid.
because of that issue.
No, because of work.
Oh.
Take your story,
Moving on.
Elsie.
My own is I'm just keeping you up to date. as
I have moral
always
values.
do.
Oh.
I know
Don't
you
say I don't
do.
have moral values.
Dada moral. I know you do. Okay, so the Department of State Services, DSS, told the Federal High Court in Abuja that a gang of mobile armed robbers, commonly known as one-chance operators, hijacked its case file on the fundamental rights enforcement suit that was filed by detained associates of Yoruba Nation activist Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho. Now, the security agency, through its lawyers, prayed the court to adjourn the further proceeding of the matter till a later date, telling the court that one-chance thieves snatched the case file from his colleague who unknowingly boarded their vehicle. He said apart from the file, other items belonging to his colleagues were also stolen. So I just wanted to let you know that the security issues that we are facing, DSS is facing it as well. So take heart. Yeah, that's all.
How
This is
convenient.
pathetic. It could be hilarious, but I really don't find it funny.
This country is a cruise.
I've been laughing.
This is more than it's a joke.
How convenient that a case file. So I was listening in on a radio show last night, and I remember that they said that one of the ladies said the question was, would you hand over? You found the guy that found 20 million naira, 40 million naira. Would you hand it over to the police? Everybody that called say lie. They would never hand it over. They would rather give it. If they cannot find the person, they will know that it was God that gave it to them, and they will go and use it to do charity work. So the story I want to draw. One lady now called and said she was robbed, I think, Kara Bridge. And she was robbed there. By the time they now went back, they got there and they found what's it called, international passport, certificates, and all of those things, documents. One person it's actually his C of O that made him go back to look for. So he found his C of O. So, I mean, I've never ever heard that armed robbers will seize a case file, like a document. What would they use it for? So how convenient. Can you, DSS, can you people say something different? Biko.
That was maybe the sharpest excuse they could
That is
give. I
why
don't know,
there is
but
such disconnect between the people and the government.
Let me take my story. So PFN, I took the story because of Isi.
Okay.
Her man, Bishop Francis Wale Oke, he has slammed the federal government. He says he wants the federal government to declare a state of emergency in the health and education sector. So the bishop had faulted the federal government's manner of handling all the industrial actions that have been going on in the education and the health sector. And he's saying that, you know, they should convoke education and health summit to comprehensively address the challenges facing the two critical sectors. So where I do not agree with all of these things is what he said, they should convoke a summit, because
I mean, I was going
they
to
have been
respond to that.
convoking summits.
There
summit upon conferences upon conferences. So, do you understand?
Maybe they should even start by calling Obiose Kwesili. The one they did at the time that they have not implemented till now. There is a lot of reports and results or solutions.
Because when you do all these conferences or convoke all these summits,
committees,
you just gather money and nothing is done. Do you understand? So at that point where he said convoke educational and healthcare summit, you lost me.
You lost it.
You lost me, because for me, this is not for lack of not knowing what to do that we are where we are.
It's implementation.
It is just the willpower to do certain things. That
no, in quotes, not willpower. We have the willpower, but we have the willpower. We have the willpower for other things. It's implementation, and the fact that we do not want things to get better. The way I think we are fine the way things are.
Who is we?
The federal government of Nigeria.
Okay.
All right. On that note, I am Buri. I'll take a break. I want to go and drip some glory. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We are the spec.